Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? How's life in your world? How was Memorial Day? Hopefully you're not too hungover. I'm not hungover at all. I didn't actually do really much of anything for Memorial Day. I took a motorcycle ride and that ended up being pretty awesome, and I spent quite a bit of time with my friend, and that ended up being pretty awesome. But in reality, just kind of chilled for the day. No cookouts, no family, no parties or fireworks or anything like that. Just chilled and had a wonderful time doing it. A very, very wonderful time. So, but you know, today's a day and back at it, and got some code written and work done, and Keely's here, and back to reality. And you know, I've told you before that I hate missing the shot, and that's part of the reason why project videos aren't more often. I do things down here and I don't record it because and like yesterday I was trying to show you these router bits, and I fully intended on doing some close-up B-roll and inserting it into the show yesterday so that you could see these bits that I was talking about. Completely forgot. Completely failed to do that, and here we are. It's okay though. I think you understand what I was trying to get at, and maybe if you zoom in real close you can see it. But I wanted to address a few things about the feedback I received from the video and then the video yesterday. And I've had quite a few people say, you know, you can do this with a CNC, a CNC router or something like that. Yeah, you could. Yeah, I don't have one, so I did it my way. And is this way harder? Yeah, definitely. It's much harder to sit down and work these templates out and figure out how to use a router bushing and then do this by hand than it would be to do it with the CNC. That is assuming you've already passed the learning curve of your CNC. And some people have and some people haven't, you know, but I had to pass the learning curve of using a router. I had to pass the learning curve of using a 3D printer. I had to pass the learning curve of using design software so that I could actually make the templates. And there's a, you know, anything like this, there's a lot of skill involved, even doing it this way by hand. So yes, you could use a CNC, but I don't have one. Will I ever have one? I don't know. I don't know where I would put one in here, and I don't know what I would do with it other than make the occasional sign. And I can do the occasional sign just fine by hand, so not sure that I have a purpose for one. And if I did, I definitely wouldn't want one of the big X-carves or whatever, maybe just like a bench top, one of the ones that'll do small stuff. But I'm really not sure. I think the point wasn't that I was trying to reinvent the wheel by, first of all, making my own templates and making signs with them instead of buying a kit. And I wasn't trying to do a poor man's CNC or anything like that. I was simply using the tools that I had available to me to make a sign that I was comfortable with showing people. I'll show you what I did before that. Part of the process of learning how to do this was I started off just trying freehanding. Try to freehand a sign. So this is Dodds, this is my last name, and from back here it looks okay. Up close it's really bad. The lettering is not even remotely consistent. The router bit wants to grab the grain and pull it in different directions. It just looks like crap. So this I could do with just the router. I don't need anything else. I glued down a template and did it. But I wasn't satisfied with that. I wanted to take it further and further and further so I could get a more repeatable, more quote perfect sign. And I used the tools that are available to me, and those tools are things like the router and the 3D printer and the bandsaw to make do. And I'm pretty happy with how that worked out, and I'm pretty satisfied with what happened with the sign. And I understand that it's not a project for everybody, obviously. Most woodworkers don't have 3D printers and don't have the skill set to use a 3D printer to make templates. I get that. Not everybody with a 3D printer has a wood carving router. I get that. Like there's a lot of crossover, and that's just who I am and how my skills lined up. And I've always been that person that tries to make do with what I have before I go buy something new. And that's just frugalness, I guess. I'm not sure what that is, but maybe I take a certain amount of pride in accomplishing something exceptional without, the full range of tools and technology available to me. So, making do with stuff, making things work has always been kind of a strong point of mine. It's something that I really enjoy doing. I think in addition to actually being able to achieve the thing, in this case it was making a sign, the troubleshooting process of figuring out how to do it with what I have available is also part of the joy for me. It's part of the exercise. It's part of the problem, solving session. And so, it is what it is. I'm glad that everybody likes it. It seems to be doing well. People seem to like the video and like the ideas. And yes, I will share the templates later. But I just have to get them finished. So that's it. But you know what? Maybe someday I'll have a CNC, and maybe this will be a completely futile exercise, but I've already learned 1,000 things that I didn't know previously about 3D printing, about carving with a router, that I would have never learned had I not attempted this. And so I'm very thankful that I did attempt it. And I'm not limited to letters. I can use this setup to do just about anything. I can use this pattern bit and this follower to do whatever. So we'll see. Maybe I'll make some more stuff. But thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being my best friends. Thank you for coming back and spending time with me. I really appreciate it. And I will see you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from americaslibrary.gov. How did the United States get the Statue of Liberty? The Statue of Liberty arrived in the New York Harbor on June 19, 1885 as a gift of friendship from the people of France to the people of the United States. Sculptor Frederick Augusta Bartholdi, the Liberty enlightened the world, measures 151 feet high and has come to symbolize freedom and democracy nationwide.